we are going to discuss about the insulation and ventilation of the houses. Basically, when houses are built, purpose of to build the house are to keep the human life in comfort condition. So this house is built into a natural environment which has the variations in the temperature, has some impact over the sound and pollution, and plus have the since human need the good quality of air to breathe. Insulation means creating a barrier, vertical or horizontal, to separate the two kind of environment from each other. So insulation basically have two purposes. We say sound insulation and thermal insulation. Sound insulation, in the atmosphere we have the sound noises, and human need the peacefulness in his or her environment. So in our walls, windows and roofs, everything must have certain kind of material with adequate thickness which can not transmit sound from one side to other side. So to do that, we use material which has less property to transmit the sound, number one, or we infill or sandwich between the in the walls or roofs certain material which used as a damping for the sound propagation. So that we can say that it is the soundproofing. Now coming to the thermal insulation, it's made for temperature variations. So we know that our temperature varies in the day and night also, and along the seasons also, and human has certain level of comfort with a certain temperature range. So normally human body have the comfort level around 21 to 23 degrees, the better temperature range. So but atmosphere may have higher temperature, or in winter may go lower temperature. So thermal insulation we do to maintain the inside temperature as constant and less affected by the outside temperature. How we do? We use in the walls and roofing materials such kind of material which transmit thermal at temperature from one side to other side slowly. So we say that we do the thermal insulation. Now coming back to the another need of the human life is the ventilation. We need oxygen, and it's a huge amount is required. In the air we have certain percentage of the oxygen in the good air. So this, how we can do it out? We can do it out two ways. One, we say that it's a passive insulation, means we create the houses in such a manner that when air flow from one side and pass from other side, so every time outside air is mixed with the inside air, so inside air goes out automatically and outside air get in the environment within the house. But all the time it may not be possible. We say that passive ventilation means it's a cross ventilation. How it works? We create narrow passages like a small window. When air heat to the building, it's heat with certain velocity, and all we know that obstructions come with the air and passage is narrow, then its velocity gets changed. So within the house is entered with the more velocity and other side is pushed to the go out. So every time we take purified oxygen from the outside. Force ventilation you do through mechanical means. You suck the air you have the fan units which push the air to distribute the air among the house, inside the house, and again push out the inside air to outside. So we are taking the air and throwing the air. So this we call as mechanically ventilated house. Normally when we build into the T&T houses, it's a high-rise buildings and created in the row in such a manner. So in most of the cases, ventilation is the passive ventilation. If you don't have the energy, don't have the light also, because when you use the mechanical vibration, mechanical ventilation only, then in that case you need energy to run it out. So suppose energy is not there, then you are forced to come out from the house. You will not able to live there for a long time. But most of the cases, residential houses built in the rows, and ventilation always means architect always taken care to keep the direction of windows and doors etc. in such a manner so that cross ventilation is always happening within the building. Purpose of the air conditioning is to purify the air, filter the air, and control the temperature which suits more to the human being, to keep into the comfort condition. So in this case, we use the heating unit or cooling unit, which is called as air conditioning. So these also have two kind of system. One is the centrally controlled, like we do into the commercial buildings. But in most of the cases, residential houses are owned by the different owners and cannot be run centrally. So unit wise system is provided in each houses, provisions are there so that they can fit their own AC, they can fit their own heaters. Here when we take the air from here one side, then it is taking out the unpurified air through a small stack. How it's happened? As we know that a water is flowing in a big pipe, say, narrow down the spaces, suddenly you connect with a reduced dia of the pipe, then volume of water is going same, but velocity gets changed. So same principle used into this kind of, so it's a kind of, we can say that passive mechanical system. Using the means principle of the engineering, we change the flow pattern of the air so that it can come easily and go easily out from the house. When T&T plan and design a building, T&T ensure that its design done with the experienced professionals of the multiple disciplines to share their knowledge so that this comfort condition in terms of the temperature, in terms of air, in terms of the water, everything has to be taken care. How it does? It does start from the planning stage so that its orientation of building, positioning of windows, etc. has to be in such a manner so that take the maximum benefit out of the climate naturally, so that least energy consumed to be comfort into those houses. That is because we say that being the comfort, if building is good designed, so in their lifetime going to consume less energy. Otherwise, people have to go put more ACs, more insulation, and so that energy consumption goes out. So by designing a good ventilation system, we try to reduce the cost of heating. So all this care taken by the T&T, keeping in mind, start from design to purchase to execution.